Hey guys, Dr. Strickland with Better Life Chiropractic, and today I want to talk to you guys about posture. We're going to talk about why posture is so important and strategies that you can do to improve your posture. Specifically today, I'm going to show you how to stand correctly. We're going to talk about how to sit correctly. We're going to talk about how to hold your phone without ruining your neck. We're going to go over proper sleep biomechanics. And of course, we're going to show you how to have good posture while you're lifting things so you don't ruin your low back. So posture, why is it important? Listen, it's going to help you reduce things like your back pain. It helps reduce neck and shoulder tension, reduce TMJ pain. It helps increase your circulation. It improves your core strength. And of course, enough can't be said about people with good posture. They just exude health and confidence. In fact, one recent study showed that people with good posture have more positive thoughts and more confidence in themselves. So let's go ahead and get started. First is standing posture. Now, one of the things I see really often that drives me crazy is people have their heads going too far forward and their shoulders are rounded. Now, this creates an immense amount of pressure in your neck and in your upper back. Even your low back feels a lot of tension because of this. So here's the rules. You want to keep your head nice and tall. Just think tall and tuck your chin slightly. You also want to make sure your shoulders aren't being rounded right here, that they're closed. If you point your thumbs, your thumbs should point straight ahead. If your shoulders are rounded, you point your thumbs are going to be going inwards. So try to have your shoulders closed, head tall, chin slightly tucked. Your ears should fall right above the midline of your shoulders. Okay, once you can achieve that, make sure that you slightly engage your abdomen, engage that core, draw your belly button in, and have a slight bend in your knees. And this is going to be perfect posture. Let's talk about how not to ruin your neck with your phone. We're all on our phones these days, let's face it. And there's a way to do it right, and there's a way to really mess it up. So when you're looking at your phone, what I see all too often is people looking down at their phones like this. Now magnify that times all the time we're spending on the phone. It creates a lot of wear and tear in our joints, and it can lead to things like disc herniations, neck pain, headaches. It's going to cause all kinds of issues. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get your phone right in front of your eyes, like you're looking in the horizon, and this is where you want to stay. Avoid looking down, keep it right up here. Let's talk about how to lift while saving your back. Now first, I think it's wise to talk about how to lift incorrectly and hurt your back. So if you're really into disc herniations and you want to throw out your back, here's how you do it. All you got to do is kind of have a loose core, bend over with your back, with your legs straight, and as you pick something up, you're going to twist on the way up like this, and that's exactly how you're going to cause a major back problem. So the good technique is the opposite. We're going to start by widening our base a little bit. We're going to keep our spine straight. We're going to bend with our legs. We're going to keep the object close to our body as we lift, and we're going to lift with our legs while engaging our core muscles right in here. If we have to turn, let's keep the core engaged while we use our feet to turn, and that is perfect back-saving technique for lifting. Let's talk about sleeping position. So we're spending an average of 8 hours a night in our beds, and the way that our spines relate to gravity in that bed makes a big difference with our spinal health. So here's the rule. Don't sleep on your stomach. Generally, it's going to jam up your joints in your spine and create more issues. We do like sleeping on your side and your back, but there's some ground rules, and let's go over those. First of all, when you're laying on your side, this is an okay position. You want to start by making sure that you have a pillow that's going to allow your neck to stay straight. If it's jamming your head up or letting it hang too far down, that's going to create an issue. So a straight spine. The rest of your spine should be lined up with your neck, and I want you to bend your hips at 45 degrees. We don't want to bring it up here in this zone or even the fetal position because it stresses out this part of the spine quite a bit. 45 degrees, and we're going to have a pillow between your knees, which takes tremendous pressure off these sacroiliac joints in your low back. And then you're going to try to keep your arms in a way. Sometimes you can put a pillow that you can rest your arm on like this. Make sure that you're not rolling your wrists like this, but try to keep them straight so you don't get carpal tunnel developed in those wrists. This is a good sleeping posture. Now, if you're going to lay on your back, that's okay too. General rules there are I want you to have a pillow you're going to put behind your knees. So lift those knees up. I have a big body pillow. It's about that long that I sleep with. I put it under my knees. It creates a gentle bend in your knee that really takes tremendous pressure off your low back. And then you want to have a pillow that's going to support your neck. This is not ideal, but you're going to have a pillow behind your neck that's going to support it so you can have a slight curve, but it's not going to be pushing your head up too far like that. Let's talk about sitting position. It's really important we get this one right because a lot of us are sitting at our occupations, at our computers all day, even at home, and it becomes really important that we relate our spine to gravity correctly while we're sitting. So let's go over some basics here. First of all, we want to make sure that we're sitting in a way that our feet are planted flat on the ground, not on the balls of our feet or our heels. We're also going to make sure that the chair is high enough that our thighs are parallel to the ground, that we don't want to have our knee higher or too much lower than our hip. Next, we want to make sure we have a good lumbar support, especially if we're working at our computer all day. Make sure that you're not sitting in a C position like this, but I want to have your spine be upright. Just think tall when you're sitting. You also want to have your ear above your shoulder and your shoulder above your hip in a straight line. It should look something like this. It's also important that if you're working at a computer, that your armrests are positioned in a way that you can rest your shoulders, and as they rest, your elbows fall right on the armrest like this. And lastly, you want to make sure that your computer is, the monitor is positioned in a way that it's right in front of your eyes, that it's not too far down or off to the side or even up. Because you can imagine if you're looking down all day or even off to the side, you're going to create a lot of neck tension, shoulder problems, etc. So this is generally a good work position. Hopefully you've learned some good tips you can start implementing right away in your posture. As you start to do so, you're going to notice that you feel better physically and mentally almost immediately. For some people, they're going to get some aches and pains. It might be a little uncomfortable to begin good posture, but be patient with yourself. Don't get discouraged. Remember, with any good habit, it just takes time and consistency wins. But give yourself a 30-day posture challenge. Pay attention as you walk into a room, as you go to sit at your workstation, as you go to lay in bed, as you go to lift something up. Pay attention to your posture, get better at it, and look back in 30 days and see if you don't feel much better. If you know someone that needs help with their posture, be sure and share this video. If you like it, smash the like button. And if you want help or a consultation about your posture or your spinal health, be sure and give us a call at 208-884-5000, or you can visit us on the web at betterlifechiro.net.